Good morning, as per usual. Hope you got some rest last night, people, brothers and sisters. Boy, I am getting ready to do a morning routine today. Hit the gym for a bit. After my 2-day college tour with the kids, I keep saying kids with the high schoolers, young men. I actually have a day off. So figured I woke up. First of all, I had craziest dreams last night, but anyway, woke up and I'm like, I don't got nothing to do. I can knock out a morning routine. Plus, I will be training with the bat today. For my regular page, not my biker page. For my regular page, the bat is a man, what's it called, a friend of ours that he knows martial arts and things like that. So he's teaching us how to throw our hands and all that good stuff. Y'all see the pictures and everything. So not like I really have to explain too much. Good dude, real good dude overall. And so getting everybody just back active and things and trying to just trying to keep it interesting and things. Because sometimes the weightlifting does get a bit tedious. So throwing hands and stuff is a cool little addition. It's made things like a lot more interesting again, so it's awesome. Excuse me, I'm fiddling with my keys. But reason I even started this video, so I saw a post that a young lady had left, and it said, "Hey, what's up, Hercules? This is my neighborhood cat, y'all. Y'all see her? It's a neighborhood cat. When you feed them, they don't leave. But that's what I get. I gotta buy her some food. But anyway, warm the car up. So I saw a post that was the heck that said, trust the timing of your life. And y'all know me. Simple thing like that will get me thinking. And well, let me backtrack. So on while I was driving the high schoolers, obviously taking them to college and stuff, driving them around all the different places, and a few of us was talking, and these kids are they're at that stage. They're juniors and seniors. They're at that stage where they need to start thinking about their future. I'm not saying that they need to know exactly what they're doing, but they need to put forth some type of thought into where they'd like their lives to go, or the path, the starting point of their path into adulthood and such. So, as I'm talking to them and stuff, they were like, how long you been driving and all that good stuff. And I'm like, for a few years now. And, talking to the coaches and all that. The coaches went to colleges and everything like that. And they're doing, they played when they were younger, and now they're coaching and things. And I don't know. I felt out of place, so to speak. I felt like, how did I feel? It was like I felt like I couldn't contribute to the conversation because I went to college, and I got my degree and everything, and in psych and such, and I was a counselor for a few years. And I left that job, to run a transportation company. I'd be my own boss. So it it's interesting to see the transition of my life because I did hospitality while I was in college, and I did all that good stuff, and moved up in the hotel, moved up fairly quickly, from bellman to front desk to security in the back to the operating security, to night audit, overnight manager, all that type stuff. So, I look at the transition that my career has taken, and and I get to where I'm at now. I'm a chauffeur. Um, I guess I just got promoted the other day, so I guess I'm a shift lead or manager. So congrats to me. But when you look at the transition that my life has taken, sometimes I do feel a little discouraged because I'm not doing what I went to school for. And yo, my brother just came and interrupted my video. Nah, nothing. I'm doing a video, and I was just like, "Hey, you threw my thought off." You all right? Tired? You got anything else to do? Go lay down. Go relax. So like I was saying, sometimes I get a little discouraged because I look at the path that my career has taken, and yeah, I went to school for this thing, and I'm not doing it, and sometimes I do feel like, well, dang, what am I doing? I'm only getting older, and maybe I need to stop this and go back to that, jump back in school and everything like that. Because there was one point I did go for I did try to get into grad school, um, while I was managing at the transportation company. I did try to get into grad school, and didn't do too well on crap. I forgot what it is. The test that you needed to I forgot the test you need to take to get into grad school. I didn't do too well on that. So the program that I was looking at, because there are programs out there that you don't need testing for, but the program that I was looking at, you needed to do well on the test, and I didn't do too hot. Not necessarily crappy, but just not well enough. So, that discouraged me at that point. So I just continued to work hard in the transportation bid that I was doing. And, that position ended up going belly up, so to speak. With the introduction of Uber and things like that, it started to really kill most of the transportation business in downtown Baltimore and stuff. So, I found myself in a predicament where I needed to either jump ship because I have bills to pay and stuff like that. It was hard doing that because when you're your own boss, you don't want to go back to somebody being over you. You don't want to go back to people telling you how to run things and stuff like that, especially when you're doing things right. Um, so to take a step back and go back to being just a regular chauffeur, I find myself sometimes having to just think and just really put things in perspective, because when you're an outsider looking in, it would look like, well, Breeze ain't doing a dang thing. He was a counselor. Now he went back to being he was running his company. Now he went back to just being a regular driver. Like, what is he doing? He going backward. That's when you look at it on the surface. But there's definitely a lot of more things in between everything that had happened over the course of these years that put me in a position where I'm at now. And I have to really remember that myself. I'm the one that's living this, so I have to remember that um, the course of my life has brought me to this point, and I'm not doing bad by no means. I am swimming in a bit of debt though because of my last my last job situation, with the killing of the business. I accumulated a bit of debt, so I'm trying to get rid of that now, in which I'm doing okay at it. I wish I could get rid of it a little faster, but it is what it is. That is life. But that's the other thing I also look at. I'm like, well, the situation that I'm in right now, it works for me because now I can You know, now I can save how I like. Now I can, I'm not necessarily tied down to the job. Yes, I do have responsibilities and I do need to work my schedules and things like that. The contracts that I do get, I do need to work those and things like that. But I'm a bit more flexible to where if I'd like to go do something entrepreneur like, then, oh, snap. Is Pierre the man? Pierre is the man. My man really went to the store. Y'all heard me earlier say I gotta go get cat food for the cat. Yo really went to the store and grabbed some. I know his woman told him to do that, but that's what's up. See, we just think alike. But going back to my story, just it's put me in a position in a place in my life to where if a friend needs help in their business and they're willing to pay or things along that line, I can help. I can, go to my job because it's very flexible and say, hey, I need to go do this. And I'm at a point in my life where I'm making decent enough money to where I can help individuals that I would like to help, myself included. And just try different things. Remember, I said at the beginning of the year, man, this is the year of success. This is the year of just trying to make better moves and stuff like that. So I look at things like the stocks, I look at things like Bitcoin, I look at all those type things, and I say, well, why not? And I'm in a predicament now to where I can play with some money and maybe try to make a little bit of money, turn money into money. When you're sending money out and you're just spending, you're not having your money work for you. And that's where I'm trying to get my mind at. That's what I'm trying to do with my life. And I'm in the beginning stages of that. I'm trying to turn my money into money. When you just send your money out, that doesn't help you at all. You got to make your money work for you. That's a gem right there. That's a gem for y'all. Even if you work a 9 to 5, don't matter. Even if you just got a little corner store job, nothing like that. If you making money, you can put $5 to the side. You can put $10 to the side. My mother taught me this. One of the many things that beautiful woman has taught me. I don't care how hard you gotta work. I don't care how hard you do work. I'm not working my whole life to pay bills. I'm not working to give my money away. I'm going to get something out of that. I'm not working 40, 50, 60 hours a week just to pay off my debt. Like that's not life. I'm not doing that. I'm taking a 20 out of my check. I'm taking a 50 out of my check and I'm using that on me. Or I'm using that to what I want to do. So whether or not I want to put that in the stocks, whether or not I want to put that in my savings, whether or not I want to put that towards another venture, that's my decision. And that's something I want to leave with you all too. Just a little gem in between the story that I'm telling. You working your behind off, you make sure you pay yourself. Pay yourself. You ain't working all these hours to pay other people. Pay yourself. Do something nice for yourself. Go get your hair done. Go get your nails done. Go buy a bike. Go ride your bike around the neighborhood. Go to the movies. Movies ain't $20. Go to a movie a week. Go to a movie every 2 weeks. Get out. Breathe. Pay yourself too. You ain't working all these hours to just give your money away. You heard me. But going back to just my career and things like that. When I read that, trusting in the timing of your life, it gave me a little this morning. That's like probably one of the first things I read. And it just put my mind to ease. You need a reminder every now and again just to kind of bring you back down, because we have high expectations for ourselves, and that's good. That's good. It's good that you expect more of yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. That's good. You should always want more. You should expect. When you're not at a point in your life, and you look up, I expect to be here one day. Keep those expectations. There's nothing wrong with that. That's gonna make you work hard. In the midst of that, also know how to take care of yourself, rest, big yourself up, pat yourself on the back when you do have an accomplishment. You know, we look at these, things, we look at how we're moving in life and how fast we're moving so much that we forget that when we do have a little, a success, that you got to big yourself up. You got to say, hey man, that's what's up. Boom. That's like even earlier in the video, and I said I got a little promotion where I'm at. So big myself up. That's what's up. That's what's up. I work hard, and it was recognized and good. So I got a little promotion. It's a step in the right direction. So I look at my life and I look at everything I've been through, and I'm a firm believer in my faith, and I'm a firm believer in destiny and fate and things along those lines. And I just believe that every action, every thing that I've done in the course of my life has brought me to this point. And regardless of whether or not I took a little dip, well, regardless of if I was going up and then I took a bit of a dip and then I plateaued, I feel like at this point in my life, I'm starting to go back up gradually, but I'm starting to go back up. And that's all I'm trying to say. Look at the bigger picture. Look at everything. Don't just look at your predicament now. Look at where you came from, where you were at, where you're at now, and where you foresee yourself going. Because when you look at the bigger picture, when you look at the whole thing, the bigger picture, and on the spectrum of things, it's looking good. It's looking like you're going up. Then don't knock yourself. Trust in the timing of life. That's the timing is just right. At that point in time when I was going down for a reason. I was going down to learn certain things. I was going down to be taught certain things about life. I'd never run my own business before. It wasn't my business. It was another person's business, but I was running it. I had never run a business before a day in my life. So to have that responsibility at 26, 7, whatever, I don't know, have that responsibility at that point in time, that was a lesson right there. And a harsh lesson that it was. No matter how hard you work. I mean, just to give y'all an idea on how hard me and my partner was working, I think he went about maybe 6 months without getting a proper paycheck. And when I say proper, I mean maybe $200 for the month. Yeah. Me, I definitely went about 3-4 months without like anything. I maybe made a tip or two or something like that. But everything that every bit of profit that we brought in, the expenses of the company, we had to make sure those are covered first: gas, car insurance, employee insurances, and rent for the place, and maintenance and things like that. By the end of it all, we probably was able to split $300 between the two of us, and $300 ain't nothing. Ain't nothing when you're driving your car to work, when you're you got your own expenses at home, like electricity, gas, and all that, food expenses, insurance. So everything that I had bike insurance, I had car insurance. So just really think about that. So at that point in time, I had those lessons to learn, that sometimes no matter what, you're just in a predicament to where you're just on a downward spiral. And it also taught me that you have to know when to leave a situation. You have to know when to get out of something. Matter of fact, I'm going to do another video on that. But hold on to that. I'm going to do another video on that because it's going to be a broad spectrum of things. So, where my life is now, like I said, I'm going back on the up and up, and I'm good. I'm straight now. For the most part, I'm blessed. A friend taught me that, start speaking things. Start speaking things into your life. I'm blessed. I am. So trust in the timing of your life. Look at everything in a broad spectrum, and trust in what's going on in your life. Really sit back. If you're going through a rough spell right now, really sit back and try to think, like, what am I learning from this? What can I take from this? How can I change my situation, switch it around? How can I turn a negative into positive? And how can this lead into whatever? Because me leaving that company brought me to this company. Me knowing the individuals that I knew at that point in time made me get the connections that I have now to get me to where I'm at now. So everything works for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. So regardless of how I may feel about this or that, this and that, I mean, the timing was right, you know? So that's all. I just want to say, to those that are in a stage in their life where they're questioning their careers and they're questioning the things that are happening around them, trust that the timing that's going on is right in your life. Trust in the timing, because whatever is going on in your life right now is to teach you something. You got to take something out of each situation that you're in, and it may be something, it may be a repeat lesson, it may be a stupid lesson, it may be something that'll make you chuckle, but I just heard something go off. Hold on. Oh, my car is on. That's why I heard something go beep. I was about to say, who messed with my car? I had to run outside, make sure nobody was stealing my car. But yeah, you gotta. Dang, I threw my whole thought off. Take lessons from each situation, regardless of how negative they may appear to be, and trust that whatever you're going through right now is to teach you something. Whatever you're going through, because at the end of the day, whatever you're going through, when you get to that point where you're going back up, you're gonna look back and you're gonna say, "That was worth it. That was worth the struggle. It was." And I see people all the time on Facebook going through things and stuff. And I'm just telling y'all, don't worry. Keep faith. At the end of each day, it may take every bit of energy that you got to get through the day. But at the end of each day, take that moment, woo-saw, calm down, meditate, relax, turn everything off, get ready for the next day. Take the lessons that you need to take and work towards better. So that way when better gets here, you'll look back and say, this is what I did here. Because everything that you're going through, you can help another person. And that's why I do these videos. Everything that I go through, I want to give enlightenment to certain things. And take that and help others with it. Because there's somebody else out there that's going through stuff in their life that are at, it's not necessarily the same exact situation, but are going through negatives and don't know how to process it and don't know how to get through it, and don't have those moments of clarity that I may have or that others may have, to where you're just like, okay, this is how I felt about the situation. Something, I read something, I saw something, I prayed, got enlightenment, something, my spirit spoke to me something, and it brought me back to my balance, to my zen. I'm good. So be comfortable in where you're at in your career, as long as you have the aspirations to go further, and as long as you are seeing that yourself is going to go further, you're doing the right thing. Okay? Trust in the timing of your life. Okay? Bet. Go work out.